Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Premier Perspective. Today we are here to talk about the champions, Manchester City.
The
Um,
champions. We did it.
we really did it. It's been coming for the last couple of weeks. I think even for a while, it's been pretty known that City is going to win
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
league, but it's been made official yesterday. We're recording this on Wednesday. It was made official on Tuesday after United lost to Leicester. And yeah, City champions. And um, I can't help but feel not as excited about this until I know what happens in the Champions League.
Me too. Yeah.
And I think the reason why that is because now being a City fan for like 10 plus years, I've seen them win and hold up this trophy 5 times now. And I'm starting to think like more just like I want that Champions League. So like I just
I
thinking
want the
about that
Champions
right
League too.
now. So I am like I said, I'm super happy about City winning the title, but I really hope that they get the Champions League to make it the league and and European trophies at the same season. It would be such a great feeling.
Yeah, I hope so too. But just back to not to in this I'm going to try my best not to take. I feel the same as you, but I'm going to try my best not to take away from the fact that City did win the title in a season that, I mean, they started off rough. I mean,
Really
even
bad.
United, both City and United had really rough starts to the season. It looked like they were going to have what a kind of season that Arsenal's having right now, and it was really difficult for them. Eric Garcia was making sure that we would drop points at every game possible. And Ruben Diaz came in. Ruben Diaz, absolutely huge. Let's talk about Javi. Who is your player of the season? Mine already. Ruben Diaz has to be, especially
Yeah.
me. I just have like I just feel a connection. Me being a center back in
Hmm.
my own playing in my own club. Uh, just understanding how much discipline, how much that really takes, and seeing him encompass all of that and be so successful and so solid and so disciplined at the back to do what he did with City. He's definitely
Amazing.
my player of the season.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to agree with you. After Company left, I was really scared for City defensively. Obviously, in his last like 2, 3 seasons, Company didn't have the same impact that he did on the field, but off the field, even when he was injured, the impact that he had around everyone. And then we all remember
Mhm.
the great moment that he had in his last season, scoring that
Yeah,
absolute banger
beautiful. What a
against Leicester.
rocket, man.
But the point of that is that he was that rock in center back, a great leader, and we needed that. That's what we were lacking last season.
Right.
It was like we've never had issues going forward, and it saw that, especially the way we lost and got knocked out of the Champions League. It was obvious that we had defensive issues. Bringing
Right.
in Ruben Diaz, a lot of hype around him, a lot of money spent, and it was an amazing signing. And he was 100% the signing of the season, and I thought that he brought the best out of the players. Being right next to Stones, I thought he's brought
Yeah,
in the best out of him, and
he definitely has.
Diaz is just for sure. I think there's no doubt that he's the player of the season.
Yeah, and also I'd like to. I mean, you guys know how I feel about Phil Foden.
Hmm.
Absolutely, he's my
Amazing.
Mason. He's my Mason Mount to Abdul. But I no, but rightfully so though. He's an absolutely incredible player. I feel like this was his
Hmm.
true breakout season. I know he's
For
had.
sure.
I feel like he's definitely had chances under Pep, and Pep knew how much talent he had, and he recognized that in every interview. It would be nothing but praise for him, but it was always, but he's young. And
Yeah.
this year, yes, he's still young, 20 years old, but absolutely incredible. Stepped up when he needs to, whether it be in the Champions League, whether it be in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and especially in the Prem, just being such a solid player, just all around, and such a heart of that team
Hmm.
when he needs to be a heart of
The
that attack
energy that
going
he
forward.
brings.
The energy going forward, when especially in a team that had a lot of fluctuation in attack this season, with
Hmm.
Sterling and Jesus having not their best seasons, with KDB being injured for part of the season, with Gundogan only picking up come December. Oh, we can cover him in a minute, but Phil Foden has really brought so much energy and like many great things to that attacking force and the City team in general.
100%. I was laughing when you were talking about Pep. and the interviews, because I remember the one time where he was saying that Foden was the best player that he's ever
Yeah,
coached or
yeah.
something
I
like
watched it
that.
the other day. Yeah,
And then everyone's like, he
Messi.
coached Messi.
You coach Lionel Messi, but
How many great players he coached at Barcelona, and saying that, I mean, he showed the confidence in Foden, and Foden pulled through in a really tough time of the season. And obviously this summer, if I'm correct, Diaz was our only signing.
I believe so. Yeah, I don't remember anybody else coming in.
And
No.
we're talking about, we could look at these players that play such a big role and compared to how they played last season to this season. Zinchenko extremely stepped up,
Huge,
especially
absolutely
when we
huge.
needed it in the
Zinchenko.
Champions League. Cancelo was average last season. He looked like a flop signing. He was great throughout
Mhm.
most of the times that he played. We're talking about Mahrez, who's always on and off when it comes to, since when he moved from Leicester. To see a consistent season from him. Bernardo, he had his great first season last year. He kind of stepped down and now he's coming back up. So we're talking about these players that were already in the system that were struggling a bit and then improved together as a whole. So I think that City, what separates them from other teams, and like we're looking at like the last big game they had, like the semifinal versus PSG in the Champions League, they were more of a team than PSG was. PSG
Yes.
may have had better individuals, but
Right.
Manchester City 100% was the better team.
Of
So I
course, and
think,
there's no doubt about that.
yeah,
We saw it in the, and we saw in both legs, but especially the second leg. I mean, even though they were missing Mbappe, they still had Icardi, which is a huge name as well. They had
mm-hmm,
Neymar,
mm-hmm,
which is probably one of the biggest names in the world.
yeah,
They had Di Maria in the midfield. They had Verratti. They had Marquinhos in the back. They have Keylor Navas, and City absolutely made them look like,
exactly,
they just made them look like an average team just because of the way they played. By no means is Zinchenko a big name, but the way he
mm-hmm,
came in that first leg when they were down by one, and then when he was able to come in and with that turn it around, and they were 2-1 going in momentum. Those two away goals were huge. That won them the draw, in my opinion. That's just the way they play as a team, the way they stuck together all the time, and even throughout games, even if we're not having our best one, the way we stick together is what's won us all we have so far, and you have to be
yeah.
proud of that.
And I love to see, like, I feel like a lot of the times when opposing fans talk about the money we've spent, you know, they fail to acknowledge the good signings. I would like to say at least that I think the only flop of a signing that we've had is Mendy.
Yes.
And besides that, everything's been great value. We're talking about like we're talking about Zinchenko. I think we paid 2 million for him. And look
Probably
how much
probably
of an
wasn't too
impact he's
from
had.
huge.
We're
Yeah.
talking about Mahrez, and who we paid, I think, probably 50, 60 million. And
A
that's
couple
the
years ago.
amount
Yeah.
that I think around Arsenal paid for Pepe.
Right. I mean, if you look at
So
these other teams,
yeah,
love to say that City is made that City, oh, we spend so much money. Well, we spend the same amount of money as a lot of other clubs, but we make the most out of our signings. I mean, Harry Maguire was 80 mil,
that's what I'm saying. We
if
we
I'm not
spend
wrong.
less
Paul
on
Pogba was
Diaz.
120, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what, yeah. So
We spend probably an equivalent amount of money overall and make better signings. So that's just huge for the whatever department of City that is.
mhm,
Whoever's making those decisions is absolutely huge and great decisions.
yeah, for sure. And before we wrap up, just one last thing. Premier League wise, obviously there's been some great cup moments and Champions League moments, but Premier League wise, what would you say is your favorite moment of the season?
My favorite City moment of the season.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a little difficult. There's definitely been a lot of great ones, but
that really is difficult. I mean, I guess one of my favorites, I guess, has to be. You probably know what I'm going to say. Trashing
mhm,
Liverpool.
yeah.
Uh, that I mean, that was fun to
That was
watch.
a, yeah,
But
that was definitely a game that I loved to watch, considering that we haven't always played the best against Liverpool, and we've been on
right,
the opposite ends of some really bad performances.
right.
So to see that, and then another thing that made that at least pleasing for me as a City fan was that everyone always was trying to say that Allison is better than Ederson, and I've always stuck to my opinion that Ederson is the better goalie, and then
Yes.
Allison had a
Yes.
stinker against us. So that was
It just proves it.
Yeah. But no, for me, there's a lot of great moments. That Liverpool game definitely is one that comes to mind. I think about, I don't know why this was a game that I loved, but when City played against West Brom earlier in the season, and I don't know why, I just clearly remember watching this game. I think the what made me love the game, this is gonna sound stupid, but City wore the light blue top and the light blue shorts, and I
Yeah.
love when they wear the combo.
Okay.
And I remember Gundogan had a masterclass. Another game that I really like. I feel like most of my good memories this season with
Never
City
mind.
had to
My
do with
favorite game of the
Gundogan,
season. I'm sorry. Yeah, me too.
the
Yeah,
Tottenham one.
that's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, yeah.
When he,
Watching him drop Sanchez like that was
we
probably
call
my
it the.
favorite moment of the season.
Yeah, no, for real though. Max and I at home, we call it the Davinson Sanchez special when a defender gets dropped like that.
Yeah, nah, that's what I'm saying. So
We
yeah,
call it he got the Davinson Sanchez special. It
yeah.
was so
So
funny, man.
I thought about
But that
that
was probably our
random
best
game.
performance of the season. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that random game against West Brom just because I remember watching Gundogan and loving the way he played that game. He was an absolute beast. And then I think about the Tottenham game. But yeah, overall, I would say that City have had a pretty successful season. Obviously, would have liked to make it to the FA Cup final, but obviously there was the important games with PSG. So I understand
Yeah.
Pep not taking a full squad to that game. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Champions League final. Nervous, but
I'm nervous as well, but
I think that we should win the game. Now,
we
whether we
should win the game.
will, but we should. I'm not saying
Right.
that we are going to, but
We
we
should.
should. Yeah.
That's my opinion as well.
But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. We want to do a quick little video on City and their title winning season. We're a little bit slow on content right now because we're in this like awkward phase where it's like the Premier League is done. So there's not really any point of like covering any other the Premier League content because nothing too crazy is going to be happening.
Yeah.
We're going to do a video sometime within the next week where me and Ryan are going to give our Premier League team of the season, who we thought were the best 11. Europa League coverage will be out when the final comes out, Champions League as well. So looking forward to that. And then we have a lot of great international matches that are going to be taking place during the summer. So definitely
Exciting.
looking forward to summertime, put more effort into our content and what we put out. And yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Once again, want to say thank you to anyone who's shown support to the channel, and we'll see you guys soon.